Who is Marjorie Taylor Greene? Hello, everyone. Dan Mason here. Let's explore another issue in our current events together. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a Republican member of the U.S. House from Georgia's 14th District, first elected in 2020 and seated on January 3, 2021. What she believes and says she wants. She brands herself as a hard-right populist who fights federal spending, opposes foreign aid, and backs America first. She has embraced Christian nationalist language and has a long record of incendiary claims, some linked to conspiracy theories. Salary. The House's base salary is $174,000. That figure has held steady for years and is confirmed by the House clerk and CRS. Outside income and book money. In 2024, she reported $178,129.99 in royalties from her book with Winning Team Publishing, making her the top book earner in Congress that year. Net worth. There is no single official number. Members file broad ranges. Third-party sites that aggregate disclosures show wide estimates and specific assets in the millions, but these are not precise. Treat any single dollar figure as an estimate, not a fact. How she made her money. Before Congress, she was tied to Taylor Commercial, a family contracting business, and later co-owned a CrossFit gym. Reporting has questioned the depth of her operational role at the contracting firm. Recent income also includes book royalties and standard congressional pay. Israel's stance. Her record is mixed in 2023-2025. She supported measures affirming Israel and condemning anti-Semitism. She also voted present on a mid-2025 resolution condemning anti-Semitic attacks and opposed a definition bill she said could criminalize preaching. In 2025, she broke with many Republicans by calling Israel's Gaza campaign a genocide. That drew praise from some on the left and anger on the right. So she does not hate Israel, but she has sharply criticized Israeli policy and U.S. aid, siding with Democrats' claims. During the October 2025 shutdown, she said she was open to a healthcare deal with Democrats to prevent ACA tax credits from expiring and premiums from rising. Speaker Mike Johnson said he spoke with her about bucking Republicans. She has also attacked GOP leaders and criticized Trump's policies in recent interviews. That is the basis for the siding with Democrats talk. My first-person case to voters, where I start. I want leaders who speak the truth. I want them to keep faith with the Bible. I want them to fight for America without selling out our people. What I see a brand built on outrage. I hear claims about being the toughest voice in the room. I watch the camera always nearby. I do not see steady fruit. The pattern. She blasts the party one day. She teases deals with Democrats the next day on health care. She calls out foreign aid and war spending, then undercuts the only coalition that can slow it. That is chaos, not leadership. On Israel. I support honest debate about any ally. I also expect moral clarity. She backed pro-Israel measures in 2023. In 2025, she labeled the Gaza war a genocide. That word carries legal claims. If you use it, you must prove intent to destroy a people in whole or in part. She did not offer that standard. The swing looks like headline chasing, not careful statecraft. On Trump and the base, she rose on the MAGA wave. She now rebukes the same movement on podcasts. She says tariffs failed and tech donors run the show. If she believes that, she should build a plan and a team, not just a soundbite. Why do many call her a fake Christian conservative? Faith is not a selfie. Faith is fruit. The Bible says, let your yes be yes. The Bible says to avoid foolish controversies. I see shifting messages and reckless talk. I hear grievance more than gospel. That is not the witness I want from any leader. The logical fallacies I hear, begging the question. She assumes the swamp fights her because she is right, then uses that assumption as proof. Hasty generalization. One nasty clip becomes proof that all leadership is corrupt. Tu quoque. When pressed on her record, she points the finger at someone worse. False dilemma. She frames every vote as total surrender or total victory. Real governing is harder. The biblical errors I hear. Bearing false witness is still a sin. Inflated claims and careless rumors break that command. Pride goes before a fall. Bragging about being the toughest does not honor the Lord. Double-minded speech confuses the flock. James says a spring should not pour both fresh and bitter water. Peacemaking is a mark of wisdom. Constant strife for clicks is not wisdom. What is her endgame? I see a personal brand. I see media bookings. I see fundraising emails. I do not see a durable policy program tied to a working majority. If the endgame is fame, the strategy fits. If the endgame is reform, this is the wrong map. Her platform as it stands. Cut spending. Fight foreign aid. Punish the deep state. Punish big tech. Help families with health costs. These lines poll well. They need real bills, real votes, and real wins. Right now, I see heat more than light. How I would confront this in public. I would bring receipts. Salary and outside earnings are public. Votes are public. Committee work is public. I would lay out the record in a one-page scorecard that any voter can read in 2 minutes. I would link every claim to a bill, a vote, a clip, or a filing. Questions I would ask her on stage. Which 3 foreign aid votes would you cut this year, and why? Which 2 healthcare bills will hold or lower premiums without growing Washington's budget? Which single spending cap would you pass that can clear both chambers? Which Israel vote in 2023 do you now regret, and why? Cite the text. How I talk to church voters. I open the Bible. I read Matthew 5 on meekness and truth. I read James in the tongue. Then I ask for fruit. I ask for yes to be yes. I ask for a record that matches the talk. How I talk to populist voters. I want the border to be secure. I like factories to be busy. I like the budget balanced. I want an end to forever wars. I judge by outcomes. I want passed bills, not posts. My standard for support. I will back any Republican who delivers real wins for families and for the nation. I will not back a brand that plays both sides and leaves the base with nothing. My call to action. Ask for proof. Print the salary and the outside earnings. Print the votes on Israel and on health care. Print the quotes. Let neighbors read them. Let them decide with their own eyes. Bottom line, I want a conservative who is steady. I want a Christian who bears fruit. I want a fighter who lands policy wins. If that is not what we are getting, we should say so and move on. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment to support this channel.